And I think
So I think,
we're
yeah,
ready to go
Michelle's,
whenever you are. Yeah.
yeah, great. Michelle's going to be late coming from another meeting. My name is Matt Bogosian. I'm Executive Director of the American Manufacturing Communities Collaborative. And thanks for being on the call. This is our 30-minute Monday morning national call, regional leaders and BFFs, all working together to strengthen the American manufacturing cornerstone of the economy. For those new to the call, this is a free open source national nonprofit partnering with the federal government to expand our impact. And as we say just about every week, we have two kinds of these meetings. One is where we have a presentation kind like we had last week. We had John Cardinal from Senator Schumer's office talking about what's happening up on Capitol Hill as it relates to manufacturing related interventions by the federal government into regions around the country. Right? How do we weave those together? What's on the horizon? What's been done in the past? And we heard from John, talking about we've had really historic generational investments by the federal government in the last couple of years, and it's really going to be up to us and all of our friends across the country and BFFs in public and private sector working together to implement. I think he said that a couple of times. And so this is an art, not a science. And thanks to you all doing the good hard work in regions around the country, we're making progress, but we can always do better. And we really need to do better on so many fronts. So like David said, please put your name and affiliation in chat. Yeah, we're not going to have a presentation today because it's Manufacturing Week. And you saw in the AMCC update that there's a census page that describes Manufacturing Week. David, if you could drop that into the chat, that'd be good. And so I asked some of the folks on our board and everyone from the AMCC update to talk about on this day. We don't have a presentation plan. This is a great kind of just around the horn. What's happening in your neck of the woods for Manufacturing Week. So David, if you could monitor for folks that want to raise their hands, if you could call them out, because I can't. I'm on my phone. I'm heading to a meeting later on. Yeah, it's the history of it is pretty interesting. I put this in the AMCC update about how the Manufacturing Institute kicked it off, I guess, some 10, 11 years ago with Manufacturing Day. And now we've got a whole week with a whole bunch of cool activities. So while you're thinking about what you want to say for a minute or two about what's happening in your region, let me highlight a couple of other things from the AMCC update that went out last Friday. One is from the Department of Defense. They have their new round of designated manufacturing communities. So there's 6 new manufacturing regions, sets of stakeholders. So that makes over 20 around the country for that particular federal agency program. So it'll be great to invite them into the AMCC family with so many of you and all of us working together. Let's see what else is in the AMCC update. These DOE liftoff reports. I think those are pretty interesting. They're trying to, create a dialogue with the private sector around key industries. And there's one about industrial decarbonization. So look forward to having discussion about that with our DOE BFFs and you all in the days and weeks and months to come. So let's see. All right. So are there what's happening in Manufacturing Week around your neck of the woods? Let's see here. How about do we have any volunteers yet, or I'm gonna have to call on people here?
Let's see, Matt. We've got one volunteer, Kersey.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear just fine.
Yeah. Hi Matt. Hi David. Hi everyone. I think this might be the very first time I've ever been on camera and on video. So I just wanted to give a plug. Last week, our shop at EPA, we just announced the availability of $100 million in grants to support efforts to report and reduce climate pollution as it relates to building and construction materials. So I'm happy to put the link on the press release in the chat. Just wanted to share that as an FYI with folks. I think, as you know, our shop here is working on kind of carbon labeling, embodied carbon as it pertains to building and construction materials. So I'll put that link in the chat. Happy to take any questions. Our contact info is also in that notice of funding opportunity. So, and happy manufacturing week to everyone.
Yeah, Kirsty, thanks so much for being on and sharing that information. As this group knows, depending on how you calculate it, a third of our greenhouse gas emissions from the United States is coming from the industry, the manufacturing sector, and so getting the tools and tactics and federal interventions that are going to help reduce industrial GHG emissions is super important. So keep coming on and sharing what your agency is doing. It's very well received. Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Hey, Matt, I also received a message earlier today from Dana Pope at Connex Marketplace. Dana, I don't know if you want to say a few words on that announcement.
I sure would. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dana Pope. I'm with Connex Marketplace. And for us, we celebrate Manufacturing Month. And so for the month of October, we are offering a free sourcing services package. And this is a new service that we also offer with Connex now. And what that is, it's open to any manufacturer, U.S. manufacturer from large or small. And the manufacturers that register for this promotion during the month of October, we will do the work for you. What that means is that we will help you assess your supplier needs. We will then assist you with a post within the Connex Exchange Center detailing your supplier needs. Then we will search, find, and reach out to matching qualified suppliers. We will do the pre-screening of the qualified suppliers for you, and then we will schedule the interview between you and the suppliers and help you with tracking, follow-up, and closing. So we will find you a supplier for something that you need. So this is come on a first come, first serve basis. So I would sign up early, and I'll put the link in the comments. Very excited. Thanks, guys.
That's great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you, Dana. And I've also put your flyer into the chat if anyone would like to take a further look.
Thank you, David.
I see Susie has her hand up.
Yep. Hello, everyone. Just to give you an update, we are holding our Manufacturing Day event on Thursday, actually, in Pittsburgh. We are lucky enough to share our facility called Mill 19 with our regional MEP, which is Catalyst Connection. And we have a tradition that we've started since we all moved into Mill 19 in 2019. Had a couple virtual meetings for COVID, but basically what we do is invite between 100 and 150 high school students in the greater Pittsburgh area to our facility at Mill 19, where we do have an education area. We have robots in there. We have additive manufacturing. So we partner with Catalyst Connection and Carnegie Mellon University's Manufacturing Futures Institute, which is also in the building. And we run a morning, basically a 3.5-hour session where we bring the students in, we put them through 3 tracks. One is roundtable discussions where they can learn about careers in manufacturing. The other is visiting an education center where we typically have about 15 regional organizations offering classes for manufacturing careers. And then we also have local manufacturers and robotics companies demonstrating their technologies and what it's like to work there. We also are, after that's over, we're going to have about 25 administrators and teachers from those regional schools stick around for another hour to talk about our roboticscareer.org offering that will help them promote robotics careers to students and answer any questions that they may have about their curriculum. So we're really excited. We're in the last minutes of finalizing that, but that's going to take place in a couple days.
Awesome, Susie. Congratulations. That rings a bell. In the AMCC update, I put in there, I think it's item number 4, about, trying to get to kitchen tables. And I came across this video by a bunch of public librarians that were doing how do public libraries help create maker spaces on the cheap. And anyway, just it was pretty inspiring as a tactic. I see Christine in Chicago with her hand up. What's going on in Chicagoland?
I can tell you what the state of Illinois is doing, in which we are all participating with. So the state of Illinois is doing an event with led by the Illinois Manufacturing Association and the Illinois Manufacturing Excellence Center, our MEP, and they're doing a bus tour all across the state called Makers on the Move. And it will start on Monday, October 9th, go till Friday. There will be stops along the way at a variety of manufacturers, large and small. Some will offer networking events where we'll, invite workforce providers to come, local, any manufacturer in the area who wants to participate in the networking. Some will host press conferences, so we'll have local elected officials, state commissioners, state representatives. The mayor will kick it off. There will be, at the end of the day, gatherings at either a brewery or a pizza place, some business that's, somehow manufacturing focused, and a good gathering for those that are in the area. But it'll be crisscrossing the state, and everyone who participates will have a chance to ride the bus, go from stop to stop, sign the bus, and just get the word out and get the community engaged across the state regarding manufacturing.
Oh, that sounds cool, Christine. Thanks for
Sounds
sharing
like fun.
that. Yeah. Hey, Dion Jackson in Southern California.
Good morning, everybody. In California, we actually have Manufacturing Month in order to accommodate the variety of schedules. Here at USC, we have a Center for Advanced Manufacturing in the engineering school, and they're doing a hybrid event this Saturday. So the first half of the event will be available either online or in person. And there'll be various faculty talking about the research that they're doing in advanced manufacturing. And then in the second half of the day, it will be an opportunity to see the different manufacturing that's going on. And so they've got things in additive, both in metal and in composites. They've got mixed media, additive manufacturing, robotics, and virtual reality, and well, there's one more which I can't recall right now. But at any rate, that's the event that's happening here at USC. Most of the community colleges that offer advanced manufacturing will be having events throughout the month, and various manufacturers as well.
Thank you, Dion. We're looking forward to the second part of our California Roadshow down at the California Economic Summit in a couple of weeks. Oh, glad to see our BFF from DOE, Alex Hydrian on, and glad to see the government is open, Alex. You have an announcement for us, right?
I do, yeah. Can everybody hear me? I'm having some tech
Yes, sir.
issues at this point. Awesome. Well, great. Yeah. Also very glad the government is up and running. And I do have an announcement. I can see if I can share my screen real quick. For those of you who don't know me, Alex Hydrian, I work in the Office of Manufacturing and Energy Supply Chains at DOE, and excited to announce we've made selections for one of our programs, the State Manufacturing Leadership Program. This program is designed to provide grants to states to help states stand up or expand programs to support small and medium-sized manufacturers access smart manufacturing technologies and high-performance computing resources. So exciting program, and even more exciting is our announcement of the selected states, if you're seeing that. So we've selected 12 states under this funding opportunity for a total of $22 million in federal funds. You can see the map here with the highlighted states. I think one of the most exciting parts of the selections, and you know, we can't show the really exciting map right now, but once we iron out all of the negotiations, we'll be sure to share it. But it really, another version of this reflects the huge growth we see in the manufacturing ecosystem supporting these small and medium-sized manufacturers. You can kind of get a hint at the different project partners, some of which are on this call.
Hey,
so
Alex.
congratulations to you. Yeah.
Hey, sorry, we're having problems seeing your screen right now, I think.
Oh, darn it. Okay. Well, I will send out a picture of the slide, but I'm not sure. I'll try one more time. Any luck?
It doesn't seem to be getting there all the way, but I put the link into the chat. It's that energy.gov link that you all should be able to access.
Great. Well, just to try, hopefully I don't miss a state, but the states to call out to congratulate: California, Connecticut, Hawaii, Rhode Island, Virginia, North Carolina, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Iowa, and Montana. I think that's all 12. So congratulations to any of those states, and you know, huge network of NIST MEPs, Manufacturing USA institutes, IACs, national labs. You know, really just a great showing of the ecosystem and the support that this program will help provide for SMM. So thank you all. Looking forward to seeing the impact of this program going forward.
Yeah, that's awesome, Alex. Thanks for that. If you could stop sharing your screen.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to learning more about how we can add value to that.
Hey, and Matt, Alan Baker had messaged me on the side about this very announcement. So Alan, I don't know if you want to build off of what Alex was just saying.
Just to say, this is really a really interesting opportunity. We've, for the last few months, among other things, we've been working with the Navy on developing a curriculum for suppliers that uses ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence, other AI tools to help stimulate and accelerate the progress of learning for small and medium manufacturers with respect to best business practices for integrating smart manufacturing techniques around too. So thanks for that.
Great to hear. Yeah.
Great. Okay, and let's
So-
see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead, David. You see something?
Oh, that's all right. Dean has his hand raised as well.
Oh, please, Dean. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. So as to your request, what are we doing for Manufacturing Month? We've got some high school tours scheduled for local manufacturers. Quite frankly, given the logistics, we're still trying to get some tours lined up for some of the local schools. A couple of our local jurisdiction BFFs are hosting proclamations this month. Trying to keep it fun, we're actually hosting a mixer for educators and manufacturers this Thursday night, complete with boat tours on the river. And then I have to put a plug in for our state partners, California Manufacturing Technology Association. They're hosting a competition called The Coolest Thing Made in California, which will culminate this Friday with an event and an announcement. Final four being the Tesla Model Y, the James Webb Space Telescope, the Millennium Space Systems, and from right here in Sacramento, Carmazzi's caramel corn, kind of the other end of the spectrum. But it's food processing.
Oh, that sounds great, Dean. On all fronts, yeah. Tasty. And thank you for the note.
Sure.
Yeah, Dean, Yeah. Dean came across Bogosian's Raisins company and sent me a picture of the box. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Who else do we have on, David?
Let's see, I've got another hand raised, although it just says boardroom. So if you could please reveal yourself. Okay. Well, please unmute whenever you're able to. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it said boardroom.
Oh, no worries.
All right, yeah. So Mike Stimson with the Connecticut MEP Constep, and there's a whole list of things that we're doing within the state on Manufacturing Month. Like a lot of folks were saying, it's not a week anymore or a day; it's a month. I'm going to put a link out to the calendar of all the things that are in there. However, it does include things such as Goodwin University and CCAT doing a manufacturing explorations. There's Marion manufacturing tour of very small, medium-sized manufacturers that are in there. Barnes Aerospace, Syrah Tool. There's a manufacturing celebration day with Governor Lamont. So several things that are happening, as well as their CBIA Manufacturing Summit, and a couple of things like that. So I'll just put the link in the chat that will list them all.
That's great. What is that summit? Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so this is every year. So the Connecticut Business Industry Association hosts a manufacturing summit where they are bringing together key players in the state, inviting all manufacturers to it, whether they're members of CBIA or not. And there's various roundtable topics that will be presented during this time. One of the things that we are doing is awarding a manufacturing a kind of technology innovation award to a small to medium-sized manufacturer who's really shown that they're taking steps to. In this case, we wanted to focus on cybersecurity. So if they're deploying advanced technology, how are they securing their business? So we're focusing on that this year. But it's several different roundtables or panel discussions that I can share. It'll be on the link.
Great. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. And let's see, Hiwat from the Defense Manufacturing Community Support Program. I see you're on, and we've been putting the announcement into the AMCC update about the recent selections. Is there anything you want to highlight about that round of designations?
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for sharing that with your network as well. We're very excited to have been able to complete making the grant awards last week. And I'm also really happy to see that there is some overlap with other federal funding programs like the DOE program, where our communities are benefiting from the resources out there. I will definitely share with you the contacts of our new DMC so that you can invite them to your regular calls and join the network.
Great, Hiwat. Thank you so much for that, and coming to the Manufacturing Momentum Summit too, that was held a few weeks ago in DC. It's one of the things that many of the regional stakeholders talked about is kind of building this best practices about how you weave these different federal interventions together with state and local and private sector interventions. So your leadership is from DoD is very well received and appreciated across the country.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And also really happy to have met some of you in person or after a long time at the conference. It was great. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, we have only a few minutes left. So this is if anyone has any announcements or something to share, this would be a good time to do that. All right. right. Well, if not, we'll give you back a few minutes. And as always, much appreciated, everybody being on this 30-minute call once a week. We'll keep you posted on what's set for next week. I think in 2 weeks, we have IEDC going to be on to make a presentation. Oh, I should have said something about the House Manufacturing Caucus. We're going to be, we're still planning to do a co-created briefing with them. It was going to be this week, but because of the shutdown, they wanted to postpone it. But we'll keep you posted on that. Very exciting. Another way to communicate about these bottom-up activities. So thanks all. Appreciate it. Have a great manufacturing week and the great manufacturing month. And we'll see you same time next week. All right. Take good care.